sucky lunch, nobody wants to eat none. Something about your bologna don't seem right. Grilled chicken on a salad from a public store. You say it's health, well, starve yourself if you like. Throw out that kale, get in that lard. Find that old pan and fill it up. Your arteries are full. We fry that in a small town. See cast iron skillets on the stone. And these parts our heart's bound to explode. You fry that squash, it won't take long. No need to eat out, we got a grow at home. Fry that in a small town. Got a hide-off fried daddies now, y'all. They say one day they'll round them all up. Take us in trucks to a place called Whole Foods. Fry that in a small town. See cast iron skillets on the stone. Round here we take care of our oil. You fry that ham, it won't take long. Grease don't come out, just throw away your clothes. When you fry that in a small town, we fry good fresh corn. We fry pies. We're frying apples tonight. Fry that in a small town. A small town. See how long it takes to have a stroke. Round here we take care of our oil. Taters done fried, they don't take long. No need to eat out, we got a good home that we fried in a small town. Fry that in a small town. Fry that in a small town.
That there is Fry That in a Small Town by Bridge Codpipper. That's who's a singing it.
You like that Try That in a Small Town song by Jason Aldean?
No.
I call him Jason Aldean.
Whatever it is.
He hates that, probably.
Well, he probably don't like he don't like a lot of stuff. Don't call him that in a small town, whatever it is you want to call him. Now, look.
What's he going to do? What's he going to do? He called me Jason Aldean. Let's get a bunch of boys together. Like, what? He's going to, who cares?
No, you can do it
watch
from
TV.
Murfreesboro. You can do it from Murfreesboro. Murfreesboro ain't a small town. That's too big now. He's originally from where? Macon, Georgia, which is it's Murfreesboro bigger than that, but
Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Yeah,
small town. Murfreesboro, Tennessee, where we are from. We're from a small town. Murfreesboro.
That ain't small. No.
150-something thousand people. Yeah, Jackie, I'm from a small town because Murfreesboro has grown a lot since I was a little baby boy.
I don't recognize it. Yeah, I don't recognize it when I leave a house. I don't know where the hell I'm at. I get lost. It's just which I try not to do.
That's age.
Well, it's big, too. I think different new roads this way. That goes that way. This goes that way. The traffic, I don't remember traffic like it is now. The traffic in here, I didn't grow up with traffic. But again, even when it was a small town, it really wasn't a small town as small as what, I guess he's a singing about. And as far as what's he going to do, well, if you're singing it from Murfreesboro and that ain't a small town, he ain't going to do nothing. You can do whatever you want. You can go out to California, cuss him, move up to New York, go to Chicago, Boston, wherever, cuss him all you want. All he can do is say, well, try it here. Well, what the hell I want to go there for?
No, I just left.
Yeah.
Another reason he ain't going to do nothing is if you're cussing him in Murfreesboro and he's over there saying, oh, try that, I'll come get you. And it's going to take you 45 minutes to get across town with traffic the way it is. So I'm being gone. I'll be in Smyrna. Try that in Smyrna.
Yeah. He ain't gonna come after. That's not what the song's about. He don't say I'm coming up there to get you. He ain't Kyle Rittenhouse. He ain't like, I load up. All right, I'm on my way. No, he's like, yeah, come to me. You come here and try it and see what happens.
Come here. A big man out in San Francisco, wherever. Try that over here. And just let me know when you're coming. I'll lock the door.
He don't want to have to go to court and all that stuff written out. You know what I mean? It's too much trouble. Like, you do it in my yard, I got rights here. And, if I'm mayor of a small town or whatever, maybe I got more rights. But, yeah, try that. Try that in my yard.
They don't even, if they come out in the yard, remember them people over, where were they, Missouri, they had the guns out in the yard? Even that's just like, well, people just walking by them and they got the guns out.
Sure.
Just standing in the yard. That's all you. The Kyle Rittenhouse thing, racist, lynching, terrible racial attack, awful person. Like, why did so many people rise up on his side? Why do all these terrible right wing, racist, violent people love him? It's like, because it's like why they watch fishing shows. It's like, well, I'd do that if my back hurts. I ain't had the boat out in a couple of years. I need to do some work on it. They're lazy. Nobody's going to do nothing. Scared. Hell, last time I nearly fell in. Nobody's going to do, so this one idiot dropped off by his mama, terrible, criminal, go jail, murderer.
Yeah.
They like him because they're like, oh, yeah, that's like they're watching TV show. That's why they like the January 6th. They don't want that to turn that into nothing bad because they're hoping for another season of it. They just need a few people to go up there and do these things. They talk so that they can watch it on TV and hear Jason Aldean sing about it. I call him Jason Aldean. Well, they don't have to do nothing. The most they have to do is just go to the concert. And then Jason Aldean said, I'll tell you what they doing to me. Did you hear what they doing to me? Shit. That's another thing. Is like when people say, what'd they do? I murdered black people, and look what they're doing to me. And then they get to be victimized through you. Like, through them. They shut Morgan Wallen. Can you believe they won't let him say the N-word among his friends? I get not saying it to your boss, but among his friends when he's drunk. And we'll show them. We'll give him a best-selling album of the damn year. And then Jason Aldean. I don't keep up with Jason Aldean, so I don't know if people have actually been listening to him or if they just go to his wife's Facebook page to be racist now. It seems like this is a pretty big hit for him.
Yeah.
So I ain't saying he knew what he was doing, because I looked at his face and it looks like somebody varnished a ham. So I don't think he's smart enough for that. Like somebody just varnished a ham and put a hat on it. But you don't have to be smart to succeed via racism in America. You just have to be racist and kind of lucky. I mean, look at Trump. Look at Trump.
Well, luckiest or unlucky, depending on what's going on now. But hell, I don't know how any of that's going to turn out. But like, you ever think that guy that run over protesters, where is it, Charlottesville? Thankfully, I don't know his name. But you think he's in his cell going, what? Kyle Ritt, he gets to go to hotels and talk to people. I mean, not that many, but still, I guess he gets to do it. Now, I got to sit here in this jail. He didn't kill, but he shot some people and he killed one person, I think. Now, I run over, I hurt a lot of people, I killed one, but the same thing, really, it turns out. But why? I'm in jail for the rest of my life, and Kyle Rittenhouse gets to go to conventions.
Hey, every TV show don't make it. They cancel a lot of them.
That's true, yeah.
Ripping right off the air. Who can explain why the Donald Trump show and the Kyle Rittenhouse show becomes popular, but the man with the car, murder car, don't? I don't know. It's about how Tucker Carlson presented them that night, I reckon.
I guess that car situation seemed like they'd latch on to that a little bit more because, Kyle Rittenhouse used a gun and the one who used a car, that argument always comes up. Well, you got a car, I guess, if you get insurance on car, but I guess it's just not worth it. Yeah, you're right. Who's to say? So if you're out there trying to do, you can't guarantee you're going to be on Fox News. You can't do it no matter how racist you are. It's no guarantee.
No, you're going to have to, it's going to be luck, who you know, talent. It's all that stuff. If you're just going to be a racist murderer, you can't just count on getting a TV show.
No.
Even on one of the bottom feeder networks. I just pulled up the lyrics here on the damn Jason Aldean song. Do you want to? So let me just talk through these real fast. Because people, I've heard terrible songs about being in small towns my entire life with vaguely veiled violent threats.
Sure.
I think what set this off was him just being such an asshole.
That's part of it, yeah.
When you're an asshole, just out there being an asshole all the time, and then you do your song. Like if somebody who was like just a little asshole put this out, people probably be like, nobody would have heard it. Or if they heard it, it'd be like, well, that ain't great, but he's not, it ain't like he's Jason Aldean singing it. Jason Aldean sang it, we'd know what his intentions were. Okay, Jackie, have you heard this song, the Jason Aldean song?
I heard pieces of it. I ain't sat through the whole thing. I'm sure it's on the radio all the time now. The video goes around. People are mad about the video because it got Black Lives Matter protests, all that stuff. I guess that's what the song about. But explain it to me. Let me
explain it to you. And
he didn't write it. Now, first and foremost, he didn't write this, right? Now, he didn't have nothing to do with writing it. He just is singing it, right? And acting like a butthole singing it. Okay.
Yeah, butthole. He looks like a butthole. His face kind of looks like a butthole. Okay, if Ham had a butthole and a spray tan and you put a hat on it, that's what he looks like. He looks like his whatever color they're using for his spray tan, it's the color of tooth disease. I don't know how he can get his money back or who he sues. I think it turned. Whatever they're spray tanning him with, it turned on the shelf and he got out and he said, well, I guess this is what I'm supposed to look like. He looks like the lung of somebody who smoked for 45 years. Okay, here's the first verse. Sucker punch somebody on a sidewalk. You know how on Fox News they were mad? They said people were just getting sucker punched. The knockout game?
Oh, knockout game, yeah. I remember that. Only black people played that, if I remember correctly, right?
Yes, that's so.
So according to Fox News, now
according to Fox News,
if I was a black person out there right now, you could get $800 million if you want. I'm just throwing it out there to you. Keep that in mind. Go ahead.
Carjack an old lady at a red light. Pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. So basically, he's just going down things that they've seen on Fox News, or I don't want to keep bashing Fox, local news.
Sure.
Like
small town news, right?
He could have called his uncle and said, what are you worried about? He said, well, hell, I seen this damn. Actually, his uncle would say, it's on my Facebook. Just set my Facebook to music. Here's what my uncle is scared of. And then he says, you think it's cool? I carjacked an old lady at a red light. I'm cool. Act a fool if you like. It sounds a little bit like you, actually. Not so much the racist stuff, but I hear some of this in your voice.
I don't put racist stuff in my...
Not the racist stuff, but act a fool.
Well, everybody's saying this song's of threatening and all that. Like, don't come... I'm going to let you finish here, but now that after you saying that, it's just like trying to calm old people's nerves. Like, they ain't going to do that here. That's just on the news. They ain't going to do it. They like to see them try to do it here, but don't you worry. They ain't going to do it in a small town. Maybe it's just to settle people, calm them down instead of stir them up and get them mad.
No, it's just stir them up.
Okay, I just checking, just making sure.
scare them and get them and stir them up and make them think, oh, I sure am glad Jason lives next door. Nobody ever said that.
No.
All right, so, and then he lists more things people have seen on, Tucker Carlson. Cuss out a cop, spit in his face. Stomp on the flag and light it up. Now, that, I think, is sort of like a greatest hits. Like going back to Daddy Bush. Like, oh, it's flag burning.
Well, is he talking about January 6th at this part?
No.
Okay, I just checked it. I didn't know.
I'm just going to say he's not.
Okay, but they did a lot of spitting and everything else in places, faces there, and I don't know if they burned up any American flags per se, but they had plenty of, Confederate flags and whatnot there. I think they had all kinds of flags, but I don't remember any of them getting burned up.
And he says, yeah, you think you're tough. That's just what somebody would say at the store, like an old lady, and you say, "What? How you doing, Mabel?" And they go, "Oh hell, they punching people on the sidewalks, and they carjacking people, and they pull a gun." The people think cities are under attack anyway. They think they've razed them to the ground. Hell, they got Murfreesboro. It's just everywhere they turn, it's just they broke the windows out and they. Anyway, then the chorus is, "Well, try that in a small town," he says.
Mm-hmm.
See how far you make it down the road. Around here, we take care of our own. The way he says it, now he said in a concert, I think in Boston, he said that they all got together and went after them people that did the damn bombing. That's why people come together. We take care of our own, he said. But in the song, it doesn't sound like that. It sounds like we take care of our own because we'll kill you.
It's the going down to the road thing. That sounds like Goodfellas or something, or like what they did to the Freedom Riders when they went down to, see how far you get down the road. Those young Jewish men went down south to sign up people to vote. They sure didn't get far on the road.
You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that. Also, this doesn't sound like what damn Gary Cooper would say if he was the sheriff in a small town and you rode in there, outlaws. He wouldn't be like, "Hey, I'll tell you what, you can try that, see how far you," he'd be like, just standing there not saying nothing. And the bullies say that. They say, "You try that, come on down here. You cross that line, I recommend you don't." Try that in a small town. Then there's a lot of songs that's like, "Oh, we're tough in a small town." But they wouldn't get such a bad rap if they just seemed more inclusive. If country music was more inclusive, and Jason Aldean's politics was more inclusive, then you could have these songs. You could say, "We'll beat the hell out of you if you come down here and do something wrong." And I mean black people too. Then you could do some of this small town fetishizing, taking care of each other, or do you mean beat people up? People love to damn, hell, I'm from North Smyrna. You come in here with that South Smyrna bullshit. But just make it a little inclusive. Tribal, but inclusive.
Yeah.
He says, it gets more paranoid. I got a gun that my granddad gave me. They say one day they're going to round up. Well, nobody wants your fucking antique bullshit gun. They want the one that shoots like 100, how many people at that concert in Las Vegas where he was singing? They want those guns. Those are the ones. That's an example of a type of gun that they want. It's the one that was shooting the people listening to you at that concert.
Kyle Rittenhouse gun had one.
Kyle Rittenhouse gun. Nobody wants your granddaddy's fucking gun. Of course, you can keep that.
Kyle Rittenhouse ain't going to go nowhere with a musket either, though. He'd like, "I'll just stay home."
These people want to listen. It's racist. All that stuff is racist. People talking about sundown towns. People talking about history, country music. People talking about all this stuff. And all there. But I just want to say that these people who say they're going to round up my guns, people really want to shoot the president, Joe Biden. Can I even say that? That's not like a thing you can go in jail for. These people, they got bumper stickers driving up and down big city Murfreesboro here. You know, people got bumper stickers really alluding to the fact that if they shot Joe Biden, it wouldn't be a problem for them. They, you know, again, having a bumper sticker is like watching a TV show or listening to a Jason Aldean song.
Yeah.
It's when you get a Kyle Rittenhouse or you get a January 6th that the fantasy cross over. Like, they should learn what cosplay is. You don't really jump off a building because you're Iron Man. You think you're going to fly. I guess Trump rallies are cosplay, and then sometimes they take it too far. So nobody wants your granddaddy's gun. And then he cusses in this song. He says, well, that shit might fly in the city. Good luck. I don't understand that either. Does he think the cities are going to give up their guns? Because then if they did, how would they?
No, people in the cities just willingly hand over all their firearms when somebody comes to take them. I don't know.
Well, how would they get mad at Chicago if there was no guns? Well, Chicago would just get them from Tennessee. Try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road around here. We take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't try that in a small town full of good old boys raised up right. Now, here's a great place where he could have said, and I mean everybody, not just white people. If you're looking for a fight, try that in a small town. Try that in a small town. Are you raised up right if you can't wait to beat up protesters? That's basically the song. It's not a good song. It's also terrible.
It's not a good song at all. That's right. It doesn't go to you. Now, look, and I'm guilty of it. At least, you know, the old country songs that skirted with racism by Hank Williams Jr. are just flat out, whether they skirt, some of them just flat out racist. At least you tap your foot to it. You know, sing along with it. Whether I wouldn't today, but, you know, it got in your head. You know, it's like, that's a good song. This one, it's like, what?
Yeah, Bocephus had bops.
Yeah, I did.
This is just a Fox News theme song. I mean, this is like when you had a theme song that told you, like Gilligan's Island. Well, here's the story of what happened. And, you know, they're trying to get off the island, so it's also about what you're going to see. So Fox News theme song would just be like carjacking. And the video is just people like breaking into fucking jewelry cases. It's like in old TV theme songs where the actors would turn to the camera and pose and smile. It's like, oh, that's my favorite part, when they show black people protesting.
Well, another part the people are calling out, which is should concerning this music video, is him standing up in front of the Capitol, singing this song, and it's a historic, you know, place, Tennessee, where some terrible, you know, things happened. There was a lynching there. There was a whole thing about, what was it, 40 people? Well, that's the whole story. There's a couple of them, and I'm sure there's plenty more we ain't heard about yet. But now he says he doesn't know that. He didn't know about it, which I'll give him benefit of the doubt of that. Plus, it's probably going to be hard to find a courthouse to sing in front of in Tennessee with some, you know, terrible, murder, racial violence took place. I don't know where you're going to find one.
It's a provocative song, y'all. We need to find a courthouse, small town courthouse, to sing in front of, but one that don't have a history of racial violence. Where are they going to go? What small town courthouse? You're going to have to drop either the courthouse or the lack of racial violence if you're going to shoot it local. It's not like you can just go to McMinnville and you're going to find the damn Ibram ex-Kendi City Hall. You just know where to go. I do feel like if you just ignorant and you're like, well, we'll shoot this in front of a courthouse. You should check. It's a song. I mean, he probably thought, hell, I heard a million of these damn songs. We crank this out tonight. Just turn on Fox News. Write down what you see. We'll have a song in the morning. And then they do it, and they're like, yeah, this is about right. I heard this is good, right? It's like our version of a song a bunch of people have. And they're not going to get mad at me just because I'm demonstrably racist, right? It's just the same old thing. It's country music, man. Should we worry about the courthouse? No. It's fine. It's not. Listen, nobody's going to put 2 and 2 together. But you know what people do now, Jackie?
What's that?
They get online and they put 2 and 2 together. When you're a big asshole, they put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
People have time. Now, should we all know about the Columbia race riots of 1946? I don't know if riots is what we would call them, but look it up.
Yeah.
Look up. It's kind of a crazy story.
Well, you're going to have to look it up because they sure as hell ain't going to teach it in any school, and they ain't going to put a plaque in front of some of these places, which they probably should because it is history. But, sure, in Florida, you ain't going to learn a damn thing about it. They probably say, well, in Florida, God knows how they would teach this story.
I mean, I think they focus on Jason Aldean.
Pretty sure, yeah. He was attacked for his lack of knowledge.
Columbia race riot 1946. It really is a good story, and they should make a. It actually has. I'll give you a happy ending, as much as you can get one. There was like 30 black men they were going to try to throw in jail after this all went down, and somehow then they moved the trial to Lawrenceburg from Columbia. Because Lawrenceburg somehow was more racist than Columbia. They're like, hey, let's
try that in a small town. Did I outrage?
That's so they moved the trial, and then they damn beat them. They beat them. They got out of there. They did not send them to prison. Their lives were, fucked up for a long time, but they. So that's as happy an ending as you.
And that's in the 40s and whatnot, right? So
1946, after World War II. After World War II, this is not long ago. People are still alive from this. Damn, Captain America was already in the ice.
What?
It was not long ago, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Who knows what happened at the Murfreesboro courthouse? I guess we should look that up. But I mean. I tell you what, if I was going to shoot a video in front of it about chasing people down the road, I would look it up. I don't know that for a Jason Aldean damn movie, you need a fucking dramaturge or whatever, but you could just put it in quotes and Google it. Murfreesboro courthouse, lynching, race riots, whatever.
Well, hell, I hate to say this, and I ain't going to say that it's true because even though he's a butthole, looks like one, acts like one, he probably, again, I'm going to give him benefit of the doubt, probably didn't know this stuff, but if somebody did know it and looked into it, like, how the hell, let's use this one. We live in a time where people on Fox News and other, like you said, lower rung, lower trough, worse Fox wannabes, we live in a time where it's a badge of honor to be condemned by either the Holocaust Museum or the NAACP. That's going to get me in the news. That's going to get me how many more viewers or listeners or whatever. These are the times that we're living in.
The damn DeSantis is down there in Florida doubling down on, slaves being pretty damn lucky. It's like community college. But it said 2 years. It lasted your whole life and your children's. And their children's. Depending on when you were born.
Who you never knew anything about because they were sold and, sent miles and miles away from you. Ripped from your arms.
And when you say it like that, community college don't sound so bad.
Well, go ahead and take my babies, but at least you're going to teach them a trade,
And they can't admit that. But he can't. That's right. It's better for him to be seen as racist, attacking black conservatives in his own party, Tim Scott, who he's running against, others.
Yeah, Tim Scott's a liberal now. That's what makes you a liberal, for thinking slavery is bad. That Tim Scott, he sounds like a liberal to me, complaining about what slaves. Like that. I guess I'm a liberal now because I think slavery wasn't a good thing. Wasn't good for this country. Wasn't good for millions of people. Wasn't good for nothing. I guess other than the economy and building up a capitalist society, and I don't want to go down that road. That's not where I'm headed. I don't want to go there, but at least I know slavery wasn't good for nothing. Call me a liberal, I guess.
Maybe people just have learned to argue the wrong way. I mean, I know it's all about racism, but these people who are like, look, it's just, I can't, look, you saying slaves never learn nothing? Like, why are you, that's not the point. Some of them probably learned to carve wood, make little, like, banisters for the palatial staircases of the, like, it's not, you say nobody ever learned nothing. I mean, Jesus Christ. I've stopped myself from saying something that I thought was going to sound racist, and then I was like, but there's nothing. There's plenty of stuff that we were like, no, we can't talk about that. That's going to come off as racist. And now it doesn't seem, I mean, they've surpassed it. They've run like 3 laps around it. They're arguing that slavery was good. They can't admit that there was anything bad about slavery.
You and I,
there's nothing.
You and me on here, the only reason anybody's listening to this is because 15 years ago, we made funny, cute little videos flirting with being dumb about race and saying this and doing that. And like, and it was considered far-fetched and over the top and parody. And look at that satire. We would never make it in today's Republican Party. There's no way.
Even if we had not crossed over to Trump sucks and into damn old, okay, now we're flirting with like Bernie territory, sure. You can say Trump drove us crazy if you want to. I'm fine, whatever, as long as we're not on that side of it. But even before that, when a lot of stuff we did was iffy, we still would be considered liberals by today's Republican Party.
Yeah, it's and not me. We thought we were being. I know it. We were thinking we were being so ridiculous. No one could be this bad or this awful and think this stupid. It's minor, nothing compared. And I ain't defending it. I ain't saying it's minor. I wish I hadn't said it. Made half of them what was supposed to be jokes back in. But it ain't nothing to compare what's coming out of real people's mouths every 5 minutes in the country today.
Remember that children's book we wanted to do about the damn, it was like the Texas School Board Republican Guide to History or something. This was probably 10 years ago.
Yeah, and we thought, this is so ridiculous and funny. And the slaves thanked George Washington and all, it was it was terrible. That's what I
think we had something in there like, thanks to being in the fields, slaves learned to sing, and their beautiful love of music has crossed, something terrible. That's not, don't touch that. I barely remember what it was. It wasn't much better than that, but it was a little better than that. But not good. And we were like, no, this is too awful. We can't put this out. This is stupid. Let's stop thinking about just like ironic racism and go in a gentler direction of, doing a podcast.
We didn't feel like writing actual textbooks for children to learn from in real damn schools.
Yeah. That's worse. What they're teaching children is worse than our fake children's book mocking Republicans for being racist. Well, we've gone so far. The fake children's book for mocking Republicans for being racist that we were afraid to put out because it was too far out there. And that's what they're actually going to teach children. And you know what? It's mostly this one dumb idiot. It's this dumb, pouty-faced, people hating, terrible, awkward standing idiot. Now they're all racist. But he's really going to town on it. And he is DeSantis, is who I'm talking about, and he is the worst. He's the worst. I don't care if he he's so bad there's no way he's going to win. So
no, I don't think it. You look at him now. Just first off, you can't be bad than you know who.
Yeah,
he's way up in the poll. I mean, I guess you could try. How many indictments do you think DeSantis could get between now and November? If he really starts working at it, well, I mean, how can he get the FBI after him? Because I think at this point, that's all he can do.
He's got to go to jail for something. If he really wants to beat Trump, he's got to go to jail first.
Sure.
And I don't know how he could do it. He could hit a reporter, I guess, or he could drive through a protest, like we were talking about,
sure.
or he could. I don't know. He can't do nothing. He doesn't need to stay in jail, but he's got to go to jail first. He's got to beat Trump to jail, and then maybe he'll have the lead.